Polio has ended in our country in a proud dawn for all Nigerians. Thank you, Rotary International, and all our End Polio campaigners for this great victory.
For over 30 years now, there has been an all-out war against one of humanity's most debilitating diseases. Today, the world is celebrating victory over that same disease, poliomyelitis. Polio is an infectious disease caused by the polio virus, affecting many children under the age of 5 years. It is transmitted primarily through contamination of water or food. Although polio has no cure, it is easily preventable through the polio vaccine, which can protect a child for life when given multiple times. Routine immunization has proven very effective in many countries, yet historically, the wild polio virus ravaged hundreds of thousands of children globally, with resulting paralysis and other forms of lifetime disabilities. It became a serious global public health issue.
At one point, the cases were surging, they would dip. We reached a year where Nigeria accounted for more than half of all the global cases in the world.
Rotary International has been at the forefront of global efforts to end polio. Rotary has helped to immunize more than 2.5 billion children in 22 countries and so far contributed more than $2.4 billion towards the eradication of polio globally.
If we must give Rotary one credit, they've been the best lobbyists to push the agenda forward. Everyone has to contribute.
For the polio eradication efforts, they've done it consistently, from 1988, and they've been very consistent.
The drive and determination of Rotary International to end the menace of polio saw it launch Polio Plus in 1985 as the first and largest internationally coordinated private sector support of a public health initiative. The Polio Plus initiative fundraising target of $120 million was exceeded by 100%.
So when we introduced the immunization plus days, which included the add-ons, ITNs or measles vaccines, some deworming tablets, and actually Rotary International also contributed some of those items which were administered during those periods.
In May 1988, the 41st World Health Assembly, held in Geneva, Switzerland, adopted a resolution for the worldwide eradication of polio. The occasion marked the launch of the Global Polio Eradication Initiative, spearheaded by national governments, WHO, Rotary International, UNICEF, CDC, and much later, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
And so when Rotary alerted the world in 1987 that it was possible to eradicate polio the way the world eradicated the smallpox, I knew there were some people who were skeptical, some were cynical, some were even sarcastic, but I think immediately the United Nations bought into that vision and they mandated the World Health Organization to act on behalf of the United Nations, along with Rotary and other partners, UNICEF, just name them, World Bank, and so on and so forth. We were able to do it.
In 1988, when this initiative was birthed, there were 355,000 reported cases in the world. Given the efforts of these four partners, with member countries and some other partners, led to the reduction of the total number of cases from that 355,000 in 1988 to just about, I think, 670 something in 2002.
For Africa, Rotary International launched the Kick Polio Out of Africa with pomp by the then South African President Madiba Nelson Mandela together with the Rotary International president.
Polio is a disease that we can conveniently eradicate. It could have been done some years back. You don't need rocket science to eradicate polio.
So it is our commitment to have a polio-free world. And that is why we are involved everywhere. That is why we are involved very deeply in Nigeria, because Nigeria happens to have been the remaining endemic country in Africa. And that is why Rotary is involved even in Pakistan and Afghanistan, the remaining two countries.
So these like Rotary and so on were very much behind this support so that the vaccine will be available throughout the country.
Without partnership, we wouldn't have been able to reach where we are today. We cannot be talking about polio eradication. And when I talk about partnership, it's partnerships at different levels.
Partnership between implementing partners, implementing agencies, developing partners in the EOC, partnership between religious leaders, the level of the states, the local government areas and communities has also been very, very important.
Rotary International as an organization, and specifically the Nigerian National Polio Plus Committee, has also been in the forefront of that partnership in the area of fundraising, in the area of advocacy, in the area of social mobilization, community mobilization.
Rotary is the most important partner in the polio eradication program, and we acknowledge that Rotary, who first, come up with the financial support to start the polio eradication program in 1988.
If anything is going to be said about the polio in Nigeria, in other part of the world, Rotary should take one of the top positions because they were there from beginning and they are still there supporting.
In Nigeria, Rotary's mantra of service to humanity above self has been the hallmark of its campaign for the eradication of polio nationwide.
When Christians and Muslims get themselves involved in something of common interest, something that is neither Christian nor Muslim, and they are both equally concerned about it. Take vaccination, polio vaccination. You go to the clinic, there are women there with their children. Nobody is going to say, where are the Muslim children? Where are the Christian children? Every child needs vaccination. And the fact that Christian and Muslim women, as mothers, find themselves together in the same clinic, they are already together. And that already promotes the kind of relationship we are talking about.
Most especially, it's passionate when you are given to Rotary. Knowing fully well that Rotary is an organization that does the right thing. Rotary has the structure, they have the contact, they have the personnel, they have the reach, and then the men that have interacted in Rotary has created additional confidence in me.
Let me use the opportunity first to appreciate, on behalf of the Northern Governors Forum, to appreciate Rotary, because I knew a lot of efforts that were made by people, a lot of efforts that were introduced by Rotary, and the commitments and also the sacrifices made by traditional rulers, especially traditional rulers in the North. It wasn't easy.
It's important for all parents to bring their children to be vaccinated, to be immunized against polio. And we believe it's very important, and that's why we personally and physically administer this vaccine to these children.
Such was Rotary's commitment to the cause that it took the combined efforts of over 200,000 Rotarian volunteers across the country who repeatedly immunized more than 45 million children under the age of 5 years.
We had to form an interagency coordinating partner, ICC, because we needed all of us to be on the same page, join hands, and be able to do our work together.
And Rotary mobilized talents, treasure, and time from around the world, and committed themselves to seeing the end of polio because it's eradicatable.
We went out to talk to private health centers once we realized the need for people to have areas where we can immunize them. And that is the way we built it all up over the period.
Rotary International was the spirit behind it, a moving spirit, in the sense that they gingered everybody and they encouraged the journey to this goal, all the travelers on this journey. At a time when interest was flagging, Rotary was always very actively involved in getting things moving. They played a key role in it.
So as we celebrate Nigeria being polio-free, I hope we also don't forget many Nigerians who worked extremely hard with all they have and are not here with us to bear witness to this achievement that we have made. Just on the top of my head, I remember the late President Yar'Adua, who promised the world in August 2008 that he will do whatever is humanly possible to ensure that polio is out of Nigeria, that we keep polio out.
My plea to all of us that we mount a particular campaign to undo the negative propaganda that followed the exercise of the polio.
I want to use this opportunity to reiterate that we believe in the cost effectiveness of immunization as a strategy to reducing disease burden and urge all parents, caregivers, traditional, religious, community leaders, and NGOs to promote immunization as a child's right.
Today, Nigeria, a country which according to WHO accounted for more than half of the global polio burden by 2012, has achieved the much sought after milestone in the fight against polio.
So Nigerians are passionate people. That's what I think is responsible. And once there is an innate feeling in them to be passionate, they are dedicated, they're committed, and they want to make sure none of their children suffer from this paralyzing disease.
With the last reported case in 2016, wild polio virus is no longer endemic in Nigeria, as no new case has been recorded in the last 3 years.
Rotary was with us. They provided technical, moral support, and they kept us going. So Rotary has been a major and active player on the scene.
The World Health Organization has therefore removed Nigeria from the list of polio endemic countries, following the report of the African Regional Certificate of Commission.
It is one moment where we have to appreciate the ordinary Nigerian for really supporting the polio eradication effort to finish the job of polio eradication, to appreciate the frontline workers, the vaccinators who went from house to house to provide the oral polio vaccine to householders.
As Rotary International Nigeria rolls out the drum to celebrate the milestone of ending polio in Nigeria, should stakeholders be complacent? Dr. Tunji Funshaw is the chairman and the last leg runner in the last race to end the polio challenge.
We used to sleep with both eyes open. Now I think we can sleep with one eye closed and keep the other eye on any possibility of the wild polio virus coming in through the back door.
A Rotary Polio ambassador, music entertainer Akin Sugar, believes that there is more work ahead.
I believe there should be something in the offing to support people who have been afflicted, and I've started looking closely at what we can do collectively to help those who have survived polio.
The eradication of polio in Nigeria is a significant milestone, considering the challenges facing the country.
I remember discussing with Dr. Faiza. He now asked if it's possible to set up a polio squad, which I did, set up a team of polio squad, whose main task was to clear those villages of Boko Haram, secure the villages, and get the children and the families within those communities organized so that the polio team can visit and then vaccinate those children.
We were superstitious about this. We believe, well, it's either witchcraft or sorcery that is bringing this about. And when, with the help of medical science, we found that this can actually be eradicated. The Rotary International took it upon themselves that one of the things they want to achieve is the eradication of polio.
This milestone has economic, health, and other social benefits because it will signify one less threat to public health, and billions of naira in government funds will be saved. The fight against white polio virus is over in Nigeria. The victory is won, and thanks to Rotary International and many other foot soldiers of this battle.
The health workers, all of you, everybody is acknowledged, and I want to appreciate everybody who have contributed immensely. I think I will add by clapping to all of you and saying thank you for your contribution, thank you for Nigeria's success, thank you globally, thank you United Nations and everybody who have helped Nigeria to get out of this endemic. Thank you all.
Most parts of the world, and indeed Africa in particular, has one less disease to contend with. But perhaps the greater lesson from this is that there is so much the world can achieve when we work together and put service to humanity above self.